Hey guys, it's Loves to Loom here, and today I'm going to show you how to create my own original twist and swirl bracelet. This bracelet here is super awesome in my opinion. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. You can actually wear it two different ways, which I will show you in a second. I'm not really sure which side I want to call the signature side because I like them both a lot, but we'll call this side the front. And you can see the way that I have it right now, you can see the space with kind of like a zigzag look going through the middle. Has like the circle with the dashes going on the sides. And then if you flip it over, it looks like this, which has like the X look going through it, or the swirl, I guess you could say. So this way that I have it right now, I created that by grabbing both sides when I was done making it, and I just went like this all the way down the bracelet, and I continued to pull on it. So that's how you get that like space in there, but you don't have to wear it like that. If you just stretch it like this, it pulls it all back together, and you can wear it like the closed look, which would be like this, which I like that as well. You don't quite see the swirls as much, but it's still there. So you can do that as well, but without wasting your time any further, this design does take approximately 110 bands depending on your wrist size. And without further ado, let's get started. To make this bracelet, you need one loom, one C-clip, and your hook. You only need 4 pins. I will be working with these 4 right here in the shape of a square. I recommend having the arrows in the right, or facing the right direction, but that is definitely your preference, and I did remove the back bar pin to make it easier. You do need to know how to do the inverted fishtail stitch for this design, and it is a little more complex than my other designs. It just has like a lot of steps in my opinion. So what I'm going to be using today are my Persian bands, a couple different colors here. So we're going to start by just laying 2 vertical bands on each pin. For this entire design, every time we lay our bands, there will be 2 of them. So I'm just going to lay 2 straight there and 2 there. Now for this very first time, we need to add like a cap band on the back row. So I'm just going to take 1 band, and you want to double loop it around your fingers or hook, however, and just wrap it around the back 2 pins. Just like that. I'm going to just fix it so it's not crooked. Okay. So now that we've done that, we can actually start doing the hooking steps. So the very first thing that we're going to do is on this back left pin here, you're going to go inside that double cap band and grab the very top band. We're going to actually bring that down and stretch it to the right. It may be a little hard at first because that cap band's a little tight. So just stretch that down to the right. And we're going to bring this back right one to the left but in the front. So go inside this pin, or you can come around the back, like whatever's easier. Just make sure you're inside that double cap band. Grab that very top band and bring that forward, but hook that one to the left, like that. Now we need to go inside both of these to grab the bottom band, because we're going to bring the bottom band forward. So on the left, we're going to go inside the top 2 bands, grab that bottom band, and bring it forward. Doing the same on the right side, we're going inside the pin, pushing the top 2 out of the way, grabbing the bottom, and bringing that forward. Just going to push it down a little. I don't usually use Persian bands for tutorials because they're so sticky, but I don't know, I decided to today. So now that we've brought them back here, now we need to go inside these pins. So we're going to push that top band out of the way, grabbing the bottom band back here, and you're going to bring that back forward. Doing the same on the right side. So going in this back pin, moving the top bands out of the way, grabbing the very bottom band, and bringing that forward. Like so. And now we're going to just bring the very bottom band up and over on the left, and the very bottom band up and over on the right. And now you can push them down. That completes the hooking step for that one. So as you can see, there is quite a few steps in making this bracelet, because what we just did, you'll be doing for every bands that you lay, you have to do all that. And I did just realize that I said you needed to know how to do the inverted stitch. I don't know why I said that, because you do not need to do the inverted stitch in this design. So sorry about that. But now we can lay on our next colors. I'm going to use gold. So remember, they have to be double bands. So 2 bands. Lay on each pin. Just straight like that. And now we're going to bring the whole bottom layer up and over. So there should be 2 bands on the front left. And there should be 2 bands on the front right. And then back here, you'll have 2 as well this time, because we have this cap band. It may be hard to grab them both at once, so you can just grab the very bottom one and then bring up that double cap one and do the same on the right side. Just make sure you get them all up and over. So now we're going to do the hooking step again. So on this back left one, now you don't have to do that double band, that was only for the first time. So after you bring the bottoms up and over, we're going to do that whole process again like we did the first time. So you're going to grab the top band on this back left pin, and you're going to bring that forward but to the right. You're going to grab the top right one back here, and you're going to stretch that to the left. So they're like crossing over each other. Now we're going to go inside the pin, grab the very bottom band, and bring it straight back. Do the same on the right side. Push back those 2 bands, grab the bottom, bring it straight back. And now we're going to go inside these pins, grabbing the bottom and bringing it back forward. Go inside that band, grab the bottom, and bring it forward. Now grab the very bottom band, bring it up and over, which is our last step. So I can promise you, just like any other design, once you get a pattern going, it really is not that bad. So we're going to now lay our next layer. So grabbing 2 bands, lay them straight across. Now we need to bring the bottoms up and over. So the front should have 2 bands coming up and over. And the back side should have 1. So just bring it to the middle. Push your bands down a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and do the hooking step again. So we're going to grab the top left band, just one of them, bringing that down to the right, grabbing the top right band, bringing that down to the left. Now we're going inside the pin, pushing back the 2 bands, grabbing the very bottom band and bringing that forward. Doing the same on the right side, pushing back the top 2, grabbing the bottom, bringing that forward. Now we're going to go inside these pins, push back the top cap band, grabbing the bottom and bringing it back. Going inside the top one, grabbing the bottom band and bringing it back. And now to complete the steps, we grab the bottom band and bring it up and over. Push them down. And we will do that again. So now I'm going back to my pink. Once again, make sure you have 2 bands laid on each side. We're going to grab the 2 bottom bands on the front and bring them up and over. And on the back side, there will only be 1 on each pin coming up and over. And now we're going to start that all over again. So we're going to grab the back left one, bringing that to the front right. Bringing the back right to the front left. Going inside the pin. Grabbing the bottom band and bringing it forward. Do the same on the right side. Grab the bottom band, bring it forward. And now we need to go inside the back pins, grabbing the bottom band and bringing that back. Push back the top, grab the bottom band and bring that back. And now we bring the bottom up and over. I'm starting to think I should have maybe used regular bands because they are very sticky. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. You can let it start going out the back or just like kind of push it down in between your pins here. It gets a little stuck, but once it gets down far enough, you can grab it and give it a pull and then it'll be fine. So that's all you do. You just continue, doing those steps. So I'll just continue on so you can follow along for a bit. And when we do that crossover, like when you start and you bring the left down to the right here and this one here, I would always start on the same side every time, just so the back of your bracelet stays like consistent looking and the pattern is always going in the same direction. My band popped off, but it's easy enough to where you can just pop it back on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one more time. And just in case anyone's confused, I am going to explain this since this is the last time I'm doing it. So we laid our double bands on each pin. There should be 2 bands coming up and over on the 2 front pins here. On the back side, there should be 1 band coming up and over. Now you want to push them down quite a bit, because now we're going to start the hooking step again. So the top left, you're going to bring that down to the bottom right. And now you're going to cross this top right one over to the bottom left. Going inside the pin, pushing back the top 2 bands, grabbing the bottom band, and bringing that forward. Going in the right one, pushing back the top bands, grabbing the bottom band, and bringing that forward. Back here, there's only 2 bands. You're going to go in the pin again, push back the top one, grab the bottom, and bring it back down. Do the same on the right side. So push back the top band, grab the bottom, and bring it forward or down. And now there are 3 bands on these 2 front ones. You're just going to grab the bottom band and bring it up, which is the last step. So I am going to go off camera, finish up the length of my bracelet, and I'll come back and show you how to close it. If you have any problems, please watch the previous instructions, and I believe you will do just fine. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I did go ahead and finish up the length of my bracelet, so now we can get it closed up together. The last step that you should have done would have been to bring the very bottom band up and over on the front too, which would have been the last step from laying that color. So if you did it correctly, there will be 2 bands on the 2 front ones and just 1 single band on the back. So if it looks like that, all we're going to do is bring the back band, which is just 1 band, you're just going to bring that forward. Doing the same on the left side, just bring that forward like that. This is super easy to close. And then you're just going to stretch 1 band across these 2 pins. So I'm just going to take my gold, stretch it across those 2, and now we're going to bring the bottom bands up and over. So there should be 3 of them. So just carefully bring all 3 over. And do the same on the right side, grabbing all 3 and bring them up and over like that. So now we're just going to take one side and bring it over to the other, which is where we're going to apply our C-clip. You can take it off of the loom or just slide your pin or hook down in the pin and attach your C-clip. Just make sure that you get it around both of them. I didn't mean to take mine off, but since it did, I'm just going to go with it. And then you can slide it out of your loom. Give it a nice big stretch. I love how this has turned out with the Persian bands. I think it looks super awesome. So this is like the front side. And then the back side. So, well, let me show you how to close it first. So you can just come down to this side here. There's a couple bands like in the middle. I grabbed the very 2 middle ones. It may be hard to do with your fingers. You may need to grab your hook and just get inside those 2 middle bands, and then you can just hook it to that. So it's super easy. But this is, let me zoom out. This is the completed swirl or twist and swirl, excuse me, my original design twist and swirl bracelet. And you can wear it like this without even messing with it. See how it's like nice and tight, which is the front side. And then the back side would be like this. Doesn't really matter which way you wear it, but if you like the spread look, how I had my pink and green one, you're just going to need to start at the beginning, grabbing both sides, and you got to just pull. I have not yet tried this with the Persian band, so I guess we're going to see if it works, but you just got to pull like super hard. If you do not have a good quality band, I wouldn't recommend doing this because it may break them. But just go all the way around and give it a nice tug if you want to try to give it that like spaced look that I was showing you in the beginning. And that also helps create the effect back here to where you can see that swirl more. So I definitely like it spread out if I'm going to wear it on the back side. So yeah, I hope you guys like this design as much as I do. I think it came out super duper cute. Once again, this is my own original design. You can check me out at Loves to Loom on Instagram. I would love to see your creation, so please tag me if you make something. Also, hit the subscribe button below if you have not done so already. And I appreciate you guys watching. So thank you so much, and I'll see you all at my next tutorial. Thanks, guys. Bye.